Our today's class topics is Docker installation, Docker registry, Docker image, container, and most commonly Docker command we are using in our professional career. Those things we will discuss in today's class. First, I will give you the overview of today's class and give an explanation. Then I will show you everything in hands-on demo. Before we start the class, just a quick reminder, you haven't subscribed the channel, subscribe the channel, because after complete the 60-day course, I will also create DevOps and cloud related video that will help your professional career. So don't forget to subscribe the channel. So here we show two way to install Docker. This is the easiest way, and this is another way. That one is a bit like critical, but in Docker website you get this thing, but we are using this way. This way we can easily install the Docker. That thing will show in the hands-on demo, and then we'll show you Docker Hub create account. We need to go that Docker Hub URL account, and we can create a Docker Hub account. After create the account, if you type Docker version, it will show you the Docker version. Then you can get the Docker info, and you can get the help of Docker. For image related command, this command will pull the image. This will Docker image LSL to show the list of images, or you can type Docker images. That will also show your list of images in your local PC. Docker RAMI, you will delete the image. Docker tag, you can tag your an existing image. You can build and tag any image that will create a Docker image if your Docker file is in same directory. So Docker inspect will you can see the image details, and Docker image history, you can see the steps when image is created. Then you can show also the container related command. The container Docker run container, the image, then it will run the container of that image. You can Docker run -it -image bin bash. You can get the terminal to get in the Docker image. You can run dash. If you use dash d, then it will run the digest mode. Then you can run the Docker run with a specific name. If you put any name of that container, then Docker container -p 800, you can run a Docker image in specific port. So you can here use it like if you want to use any volume, you need to this command we are using. Then you can, if you use an environment variable, that way -env keyword value, well then the image name, that we can any image name in our running command. So Docker ps will show the running container, and -a if you use, then it will also show stop and start both container. Then Docker stop command, you can stop the container, start the container, restart the container. RM, you can delete your container. exe, you can get inside that container. You can see the log command, and you can also inspect if you want to see the details of that container. For killing exception, we will stop the Docker. So if you type Docker stop, then Docker stop ps -k will list of the ID of that container, and it will stop all running container. Then you can use same way to delete the stop and running both container. Docker RAMI if you want to delete all image. Then Docker system prune, you can also delete all unused image by running that command. Save and load image section, you can save your image in a tar file. Even if you can run that image container, you can load that image also. So that way you can save your image, and that way you can load your image. So that way you can like if you want to move your image from one PC to one PC, then we can create a tar file, then copy the tar file to that target PC. Then from target PC we copy the tar file, then we can load that image from that tar file. We can show everything in the hands-on demo. So Docker login and push in Docker Hub. So when you are pushing our image to Docker Hub, we need to first type Docker login, then we can put your username and password. After do that thing, then you can tag your image. When you upload any image to your Docker Hub, make sure image name is look like this. So your Docker Hub username, then slash, then repo. Like if you want to like test, then tag 1. So that is your the complete total name. It would be your image name. So that way you can push. So make sure when you're adding image, you need to pushing image to Docker Hub, make sure you add your Docker Hub username slash, then your image name with tag. So Docker push, then we can push that image, and if you want to pull that image from Docker Hub, and you can use this Docker command, your Docker Hub username slash the image name with the tag. So that's all for basic today's commands. Now we'll go to the control panel and show you everything with hands-on demo, including installation. Like a two-way we can install a Docker. So this is the most easiest way I find from online, and this way you can install Docker, which is mentioned in Docker Hub account. So this one is the most easiest one. So in my local PC, Docker is already installed. So if we put Docker, so you can see the command is showing, but this is a fresh PC. So if I use Docker here, so you can see nothing is showing. So for installation the Docker, so just copy this command and paste it here. Also need to be wait seconds to the installation complete. So installation is done. So now if I run Docker, so you can see the command is showing. So if you want to see the version, you can use this -v or -version. So Docker -v, so it will show the version which is installed. So for like getting help or showing any command, we can use the same command, or you can use Docker test itself. Okay, so this way we can basically install Docker in our local PC, but there is some problem. So like if we want to see the Docker PS, we can see there is some permission issue. So there is two ways we can solve this issue. So like one is we can execute like give the permission, execute permission to this file, or you can use the current user to Docker group. So like if we like go to sudo to su ll, you can see this file is only accessible by root user or anyone who are already in the Docker group. So the best way is to like add the current user, which is Ubuntu, to the Docker group. And the command is sudo chmod, then the user group is Docker, and we want to use add Ubuntu user to the Docker group. Sorry, not be user mode. Okay, now go to that user. So if I use the Docker PS, still I get the same error, because when I'm using any like command like this to use this user to this group, without login or logout, we can't like no effect of this command basically. So for the effect of this same session, we can use new grp and the group name is Docker. So now if I use Docker PS, I can see the command is working fine. Okay, so now when we are creating any image like in our local PC, we need to push this image to anywhere so anyone can access that image. Okay, so for that purpose we need to use Docker Hub. So Docker Hub is a registry where anyone can put their image. So there is lots of other images also available like HTTP, Nginx, all registry images there. So after you log in, create and log in your account, you can see your like push or published image will be available here. You can see here is some images there already. So how you can create this image, just like so there's an option is sign up. You just need to click sign up, then you can put your email address, username and password, then you can log in. You can create the account, then you can log in, and you can also use your Google account or a GitHub account. So after you logged in, then you can see that your account, and if you push any image, you can see also those images are there. Okay, so let me go to the document again. So this is the URL where you can create the Docker Hub account and push the image. So this command you will see. So if we put the Docker version, then you can see the Docker version, and the Docker info is also showing the system info. Docker info, it will show the system information. Okay, so now we can already see in the last class. So if we want to pull any image, we need to use Docker pull, then the image name. So like I put image name Nginx. So if that image is not available in your local PC, then it will pull the image. Now if we see the image, Docker image ls, Docker image ls. Okay, you can see this image is downloaded in your local PC. Here this is the image name, it is the tag latest version, and this is the image ID, and it's showing when the image is created and the size of the image. Okay, so now we can create any container with this image. So with this thing I already show in my last class. So now we can see the Docker image. So if we want to remove this image, we need to use Docker rmi, then the image ID is the best way to delete the image. Okay, so if we put this way, you can see the image is gone. Okay, so I just showing you the way to see the image, Docker image ls. We can also use this command, Docker images. Just add one s instead of ls. We can also use this command. So you use which one you prefer. So now this command is like Docker tag. So what is Docker tag? Like when we we have an image like Nginx. So basically when I want to publish this image or keep our image in our registry, so we are not able to do this way. We need to use our registry name / then the image name. So that's why the tags command is coming. So when I push any image to my registry, you can see everywhere is added DevOps Steps. So this is my username of the Docker Hub registry. So without this, no one can able to upload this image. So if your a Docker Hub account is like ABC123, then you need to add ABC123 / the image name. So that's why we need to use this one. Okay, so this is for tagging. So let me come back to my local PC. So because there is not enough image to show, so let me come back to here. So last class we already created image. Here this screen. So last class we already create a Docker file for creating an image. So let me create that image, then tag this image, then we can push this image to our Docker Hub registry. Okay, so for creating an image, we already know Docker build. Then we can give any name. Let's see, we put web 333, and our Docker file is here. That's why we put dot. So we can see our image is created. So web 333. So now we are not able to upload this image to our Docker registry. For that purpose, we need to add our username, which is DevOps Steps / web 333. Okay, so that's why we're using tags. So Docker, we can put image, or without image we can also. So Docker tag, then the image name, which is web 333, then what name we want. So we want DevOps Steps / web 333, then tag is latest. So I think it's not 33, it should be 33333. Now if we see Docker image ls, yeah, this one. So now you can see, now you can push this image to our registry. But before we need to push this image to anyone like a registry, so he or she need to access their account with this command line. So we need to create a username or password. Nowadays Docker are using like secret access key. How we can create the secret access key, let me show first. So let me elaborate the screen. Okay, so like at the right side the logo, you can click and click account settings. Then you can see everything here like your password, email address, and make sure you make it 2FA, then it is more secure. No one can hack your account. So here is a option is personal access token. Here is already I have created some access token, so you need to create the generate new token. So like give a name like web333. Then if you want to make it only read only or read write both or read write delete anything, so you can use read write delete, then generate. Then you can see the access token is created. Now you need to keep this file in a safe location, otherwise anyone can access your Docker Hub account. So this is very important. And for login to your GitHub Docker Hub account, you need to use this command docker login -u, then your username, then press enter, then it will ask the access token, then you need to type this one, then you are show that you are successfully logged in to your account. Okay, so go back to my document. So this account already have like logged in my account. So if I want to push this amount to Docker Hub, let me go this again. You can see there is nothing. So now we need to push this image to the Docker registry. So for that command we use docker push. So for pull we need to download an image to a local PC, or for upload any use we can use docker push. So docker push, then the image name, which is DevOps Steps /web33, or you can just go there and copy and paste. It also mentions the tag. So you can see it's going to preparing and uploading the file. You need to wait, and it depends on your internet speed. So wait for few seconds. So it's done. So now if I want to see this image, just refresh this. And you can see that DevOps /web33 is uploaded and is showing is just uploaded in less than a second. So now if you want to use this image to create a container, go to the repository, you can see the image tag, latest, everything is there. So if you want to create any container with this image, so we need to use the same like before. We use docker run, then -d is for detached mode, then -p is for port 80, like put 71, then container put it 80, and the image name we use like before the local image name. Now we are using DevOps Steps /web33. So you are using this image, so anyone can now use this image. So maybe spelling is mistake. DevOps, you can see the spelling is wrong. DevOps steps. Again STP. We didn't put the tag name. Basically we do again 23. Shit. Screen is smaller, that's a getting problem. So web33, then the tag docker run -d. Let me check again. Make enlarge the screen, that's no problem. So docker run minus T is for detached mode, minus P4 is port, so 8071, then container port, then let me you put the wrong image name. No, this is previous one. So let me check the image first. Docker image ls docker run minus T p all image was this. So now you can see the container is running. So docker ps, so it's running in the 70 port. Let me minimize this again. Okay, now if you want to see this page, so you can see the page is showing properly. Okay, go back to the command. Okay, so this way basically we can use our image which I already posted in Docker repository. So we can use the docker build. We already see this command is for the giving any name of the image. Now if we want to see the layer of the image, we already created image before in our last class, it's this docker file. Okay, so this docker file, get docker file. So you can see this layer. This is called layer. So now we are creating the image with the same file. So we can see those commands or layer in this image. So that was the purpose. We need to use docker history, then the image name. So our image name was web333. So you can see the all command these are using here. So last command, this, then expose this, then copy this, working directory this command, and these are the before we using the Ubuntu image, these are the command for that image. Okay, so this is the layer of the image or which command we use. All command we can see by this command docker history and the image name. So now if we want to see the image properties or what is available in image, then we need to use image inspect. Instead of history, we need to use inspect, INSPECT. So now we can see that tag and timing, then working directory related thing, architecture, AMD 64, OS, Linux. So that image properties we can see from here. Okay, so this is the for command for docker image inspect. Okay, now let me clear this screen. So now we can see the container section. So for running any container, we already know we need to use docker run and any image name. Okay, so we are using here docker ps. So this container is running. So if we want to log in that container, the command is docker exec, then enter terminal, we need to use -it, then the container name or container ID, then which bash script available in that container. Most of the time is bash and basically bean bash. I think this bash is available there. You can see the bash is there. So we can we are already logged in. So now if we put ls, we can see the file of the file. We are in this location. That's why this index and that file is there. Okay, let me exit from this file. So this way we can log in any container. So now if we want to log in like any running container, then we can use docker run, then right away we can use this command. So when a container will be created, that time it will be login. So one thing, like when are you using any command, so let me show here. Okay, so when are you using any command, like we can see docker ps, we can see the nginx container is running, and here is the service is already running. So because we are seeing the website, that's why this container is showing. So any container, if that has no services running on that container, then that container right will be stop. So for running any container, we need to running any service. So let me show the example. Like if we want to run any Ubuntu image, then this is OS. So if we don't run anything, that container will be stopped right away. So let me run docker run -t Ubuntu. So docker you can see this container is not there. So if we type docker ps -a, so we can see the stop container also. So we can see this is stopped because no service is there, that's why it's stopped. Okay, now let me log in this container when it's running. So docker run -it, then like the image name, which is Ubuntu, and term bash script bash bin bash. So we can see this is logged in. So now we are in logged in, so something is working in this container. So if we want to see this from another terminal, so let me exit from this window. So now we are in local PC. So docker ps. So we can see this is now running. So if I exit from this container, it will be right away stopped. So now if I want to see docker ps, that command is stopped, and ps -a, you can see this command is exited just 6 seconds ago. So this is the like a concept. So for running any container, must be something is running there. Okay, so we already see for seeing the container we're using docker ps, and if we add -a, then it will show running, stop, and running both container. Okay, so now let me like stop any container like this is. So docker stop, we can use docker container stop or docker stop. So this one is already running. So we can see this container is stopped. Now if I docker ps, we can see this is my another container which is running for Minikube. So that container is not running. So for start this container, the same thing, instead of using stop, we need to use the start. So you can see the container is start, docker ps. Now this container is started and it's up to 2 seconds. Okay, so this way we can basically start, stop any container. Now like if we want to give any name, so for that purpose just add this section, there's this name, then when you create any container it will give any name, otherwise it will assign any random name. So when you are creating any container, just to add this option, there's this name, and what name you want to put, give that name. So like if I want to show every command, then this video will be more bigger and bigger. So just some command I will just explain. So for like giving the port, we already know this one. So this is the host port, and this is the container port and the image name. Then if we want to like mount any container, so just use vhost, then the container image. And like if you use any environment variable, then you can use this one. Let me show this one. So like if I want to create any container, docker run, then just -env, then like want to put city equal to Dhaka, then our image like nginx, So docker ps docker exec minus it, then this the container id, bin bash. Now echo city, you can see the environment variable is there. So this way we can add an environment variable. Okay, same thing we can also add, like without login any container, you can also run any command like docker exec, don't add the it container name, then you just put ls, you can see what is there. So if we see same command echo $city, so like environment will only show after login that account. But the thing is, like if you want to run any command without getting the container, just use docker exec, then container name, then the command name, like this way. Okay, so docker ps, we already see the running container. Docker ps -a means running and stop all container is showing. So docker stop is stop the container, docker start is starting the container. If we want to restart any container, we just use this docker restart, then the container name. Then if you want to remove any container, use docker rm container. And if we want to log in any container, then docker exec -it, then container name, and which bash is that container, use this one. Sometimes it used /bin bash, and sometimes use only sh. So just make sure which shell is there. Then for log, like see any container as like image, we can also see the log of the container. Sometimes we need it to rnd of that container. So docker ps, so these are running, so docker logs just the container id, we can see the log of that container. So if you want to see the like properties as like image, just need to, instead of using log, we just inspect the container. So now we can see the gateway IP address, then MAC address, there is image name. So basically the properties of this image you can see from here. So for that purpose we need to use the docker inspect, then the container name, and this is the host name. Okay, so this way we can see all details of that container. So now I will show how we can remove all container. Like in our container, like if here is like docker ps, like hundreds of containers running. So if you want to stop that container and remove that container, so you need to use docker first stop. One thing, like when you want to remove any container, first need to stop, then you can remove. So docker stop, then you can use stop. You can use this way, like this copy and this, but when it's 100 is so difficult. So from overcome this, we can use another command, like for deleting or stopping any command, we just need the id. So like by this command docker like ps minus q, it will show only the id, sorry, -q. So it will show the running container id, and if you want to see the running and stop both, then you can use a also. So you can see now this id is more. So now if you want to stop this command, you can use just docker stop and add that command. So two commands I need to add together. So like if I want to docker stop, then for adding another command you need to use $, then docker ps minus q, it will stop all that running container. So this will be stopped only, so stopped. So now if I see docker ps, we can see no container is running, all container is stopped. So ps means we can see all is stopped. Now we can delete all container together, but I need this container, so let me up this one, docker start. This is my minikube, I need this letters, so docker. For now I can use docker rm for remove, then for $, docker ps -aq. So all stop container will be showing and it will be deleted. So you can see this is deleted. Now docker ps -a, you can see except this one, all container is deleted. The same way we need to delete the image also, like here is lots of images. Look, docker image ls, you can see lots of images, and like every image has this like size. This one is 1.gb 62, and so lots of memory will be used in our local PC, you can see. Okay, so we need to like remove all images which are not using. So like we can use same way like docker for deleting image, we need to use docker rami, then the image name. So like here I use this one. So this way it will be deleted. First is untagged, then it will delete the main image. So you can see the that is gone. See, that is gone. Okay, so this way we can delete the single or like multiple images, but it's difficult when there is lots of images. So same way we are using like docker image ls, then -q, we show the all id. So we know with id we can delete the image. So same way if we use docker rmi, then $. So if I use this command, all images will be deleted, but I don't want this. Now another way we can also use docker prune command. So if we want to delete all container, then we need to use container prune. Docker con spelling is wrong. So it will ask for your permission, yes or no. So if you type yes, then all container will be deleted, but I don't want this. Then same way we can also use docker. Instead of using container, you use image, then all image will be deleted if you type yes. So this way you can easily your image deletion. So for I don't want to do this, so I type in. Okay, so if we want to like delete everything, like when are you working, like here is some docker volume, there's lots of things there, like lots of volume is here also. So when you see the volume section, we can understand the volume, but just showing some things there like volume, container, image, networking, lots of things there. So if we want to delete everything, you just use docker, then mention system prune. Now if you type yes, then everything will be deleted. Okay, so I don't want this, so I type in. Okay, so this way we can delete this command. So another command I want to show, like docker image ls, there is docker 2211. Okay, so like if you want to share your image or copy this image from your local PC to another PC, how you can do without docker registry? So you can't take your docker from one PC to another. So that purpose is a way like you can compress this image and make a tar file, which is like zip file. Then you can take it from your PC to another PC by USB or by mailing something. Okay, so let me show that way. So let me rm, so rm-f, let me delete this file. So this way I already show another class. Okay, so like for like compress or for like shifting your image from one place to another, you use docker save, then -o, then your name. So like I put dhaka.tar, then the image name. So any image in your local PC you can use, like this is dhaka22, I use this. So now put ls, you can see the dhaka tar is there. So now you can copy this image to your flash drive, then take it from another PC. So if you want to unzip or get the image from the tar file, same way, just first let's remove that image, docker rmi, so docker ps. So I think dhaka22 is not there. Okay, you can see dhaka22 is not there. So now for extract from that tar file to image, same we will use, instead of save we are using load, then the file location, which is dhaka.tar. You can see image is created from the tar file, docker image ls. You can see Dhaka is there now. Okay, so this way you can like move your image. So one command is like a docker image ls, we can see the image also, or we can use images add s. This way also we can see the image. Okay, so the docker login command we already see. So we can use docker login, or we can use docker login, then -u, then your username, then the secret key. For pushing the image, we can use this docker push, and for pulling this for docker pull command. So that's all for basically today's class. So I already shown like regarding container and image related most of the important command which you need in Docker for as a DevOps engineer. So I hope this video is helpful. So if you found this video is helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to get notified when I upload the next video. So best of luck up to the next video. Bye.